It's bad.
Yeah,
No one wants to hear you shoveling your face.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I slay you. Look at you were trying to down a foot long in one bite. All right. We got a lot to go. We got a lot of stuff to get into tonight. Roll the intro, bitch.
Quack, quack it off. Quack, quack, quack it off. Spaz sits all day and quacks off and spends his time quacking off. Everyone loves quacking off. Quack, quack, get off.
Yeah, that.
Yeah, that.
What is going on, everyone? Sorry, a little late here. Long day on my end, very tiring, and then steak night, and it has not been sitting well. And then Spaz is shoveling food into his mouth right now, too, so, as usual. So here we are. How you doing, Spaz?
I'm doing all right, man. Lots to discuss tonight. Damn.
There is. As we were texting earlier, I'm like, I would have 4 pages of notes if I actually wrote down a lot everything. And at some point, I just was like, no, stop, just don't. This show would be like 6 hours long.
Yeah.
And that's not happening. I do have to work tomorrow. Welcome in though, everyone. Welcome on to the Quacking Off Show here, live on YouTube. Do go ahead and hit that like and subscribe if you're so generous. It is free, doesn't hurt you at all, that I'm aware of, anyways. I don't think it's proven that it does, so we appreciate it. And yeah, we have a lot to get into. I guess let's just roll right into this because I don't think we need to waste any time with banter. We have enough random stuff to get into. Spaz, I want to just take a quick moment here to look back this last week at the kind of the final thoughts for Oregon State, because as we know, next year the Civil War is not going to happen due to scheduling. We talked about it's very complicated, but it is back in 2027, which is great. So hopefully now they can structure it again for the future to come.
Yeah, and it's funny. It is scheduled to be held in Eugene.
Well, I guess because next year would have been in
I
Corvallis.
guess that's the way you would put it. Yeah.
I don't know if this is a traditional thing where it's like odd year, even year, where it's played. Maybe that's why.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
But I mean, they can bitch just like USC does. Like, we have to go to Oregon again.
Yeah, well,
You know.
yeah. Suck on that, Trojan.
Yeah. Welcome in though. I know Franklin was here earlier. James is here. Obviously, he was posting multiple. All those posts are actually gone now. I know there were multiple other people that posted earlier. So thank you all for showing up and dropping some comments. Hit that like again. It helps out the show a lot. Again, it's free, it's simple. Doesn't mean you like what we say or that you like us. It just, hey, whatever. You're promoting the Ducks. All right. Come on, get with the program. I will say that this game was kind of another sleepy game for a little bit. At the same time, we didn't need to abuse little brother too badly. We'll get into some of those tweets later.
Yeah.
In our tweet segment, there were some gems.
You know, I think before we go too much further, I think the proper way to start off this show is to have a moment of silence for one Mike Gundy.
Yes, yeah, that was a I'm kind of glad you moved it along because there wasn't a lot to talk about with the Beaver game, unfortunately. RIP to the Beavers program right now because it is in a state of tragedy. But as you just mentioned, another team that's in a state of tragedy.
They are currently having a space right now on the state of the Beaver program.
Oh, I see that. I see it. Digital Dam is doing it. Oh, I've got a tweet from him also for the tweet segment, and I'm just like, what? Just absolutely what? But yeah, let's get into an actual football program that actually has history and means something. Because that's it. Earlier today, everyone, a moment of sorrow for the legend.
Come after me! I'm a man! I'm 40!
That is right. That's right. Mike Gundy is officially out at Oklahoma State. I don't want to laugh at that. I did my short earlier when you texted me about it. I was like, I already shorted it.
Yeah.
I was working in the background doing the shorts. I don't want to laugh at it because Mike Gundy is a legend, especially at Oklahoma State. Quarterback, 18, is it 18 or 21 years as the coach of Oklahoma State?
21.
Yeah, I mean, the guy has been there. He's as Oklahoma State as you can get, but it has not been good for 3 to 4 years now. It has not been good.
No. And I saw a post earlier. Somebody asked his brother, do you think your brother still has a interest in coaching? Absolutely, and I'm going with him wherever he goes.
And I think he does. I mean, obviously, he didn't want to get forced out. I think his, being at Oklahoma State that long and being just part of the team like it is, an alum and all that, it was more on his terms, he hoped. But the way that this season has gone already after going winless last year in the Big 12, the year prior to that, even not having a great years, this year overhauling the staff and having the year you've had already is, and I said maybe it was because UCLA and Virginia Tech took action quick that Oklahoma State found it was like, hey, we got to be on the move here too, because other teams are already doing it. So they didn't want to be like the one 6 weeks behind in their search for a new replacement. But I think Mike Gundy has a coaching future. I think he's one of those guys that's like, maybe he needs a year to reset. It seems like he lost some luster, maybe some motivation. Maybe he just needs to sit at home for a year and just kind of regroup himself in a way.
Yeah, reflect on, where to go next.
Yeah, and kind of rethink things, because and as I said in that short, I'm like, yeah, you had the quarterback injury in your first game. UT Martin was great. Then you get blasted on national television by 66 points to Oregon. Then you have a bye week to get things going again. And then you lose at home to Tulsa.
Yeah, I think that was the straw that broke the camel's back.
Oh, clearly, because then next week you have Baylor coming into town, and I think everyone already looks at that as going, that's a loss. That's probably a loss.
Yeah.
Mike Gundy there or not, it's a loss. So Oklahoma State has moved on from Mike Gundy, and it sucks to see that, but I he'll be back. He'll be back somewhere in some capacity somewhere soon. He'll be back. Yeah, you're right, Troy. He's not 40 anymore. Definitely not. He's like 56, isn't he?
Yeah, he's got to be my age, close to it.
No, I think he's 60. No, 58. I think they said it's the 18-year anniversary yesterday of that clip, actually. I think someone said that. I think he's like 58. Either way, who cares? Other news. that you brought to my attention. I didn't even know this. Maybe I was too busy and preoccupied with other things. This is rough. This is rough. Brent Venables finally had shit going. But as you brought it up, John Mateer is out for who knows? This could be
They're saying a month.
a month.
It's
Okay.
it came out a couple hours ago. It's a broken bone in his hand that he broke in the first quarter. I'm assuming
Ooh.
probably hit somebody's helmet on a throw would be my guess. It happened in the first quarter. He played through the rest of the game with it, but they just decided that it wasn't responding to treatment, so they figured it better off to just get it done now, and most likely about 4 weeks, maybe a little bit longer.
I was gonna
But
say
still,
I would say anywhere 3 to 5 weeks at least, probably, depending on
I mean,
what
yeah,
the severity is.
who do you got in that 4-week stretch?
Ooh, that's a good question. Actually,
That's the key.
I haven't looked up Oklahoma's schedule. Let me see if I can pull this to the side here real quick. I've got so many other things open that it's I have too many tabs open. I have like 40 tabs in roll for the show going, and it's absurd. Let me see here. Let me see what we got. Oklahoma. Where is Oklahoma? I mean, they're going into SEC play now.
Yeah.
Let me just click an SEC team and I'll find Oklahoma here somewhere. Nope, they're not on Arkansas schedule or Mississippi State schedule. Oh, come on. Killing me. I'll find it here. Give me a second. Oklahoma. There we go. Got it. Schedule. Oklahoma. Got it. So they have a bye week this week. So that's a plus.
Yeah.
Then they have Kent State. Another plus. Then they have Texas.
Oh.
And then at South Carolina. And then Ole Miss.
So he's potentially going to miss Texas, South Carolina, and probably Ole Miss.
Or at least be back for Ole Miss. But yeah, probably I would say Texas. At minimum, he'll miss the Texas game. That's if they go with 3 weeks. Let's put it that way. And lucky for him, Arch Manning sucks.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the saving grace for them right there, because yeah, that's the bye week in Kent State is kind of a saving grace there.
Yeah, I mean, the saving grace is definitely they got 2 meaningless weeks coming up. You have Texas. It's at it's Red River rivalry, so it's neutral field. I mean, who knows what could happen? Arch Manning looked a lot better last week. That's good for them, but I don't know, against that Oklahoma defense that Venables got this year, that could be a very interesting. That could be a 17-13 game, somewhere in that realm.
It will be interesting. I don't know anything really about Oklahoma's backup, so we're gonna see. But maybe that's why they went ahead and did this too, because they're like, hey, we have a bye week, then Kent State. Maybe they can try to push the rehab, or hope it, can be sped up a little bit in some ways. Maybe that's probably why they just said go ahead and do it, because you've got at least 2 weeks. So we'll see, and that sucks because Mateer's been doing some good things over there. So that always sucks for him. That sucks for any player. We don't wish it on anyone.
Well, he was the Heisman frontrunner on a lot of people's votes.
That is true. He moved up real quickly. which is I think is a little premature, obviously.
But now that obviously opens the can for Dante Moore
Well,
to move
yeah.
up.
Well, that's pending on this week,
Yeah.
which I kind of before, because we were going to talk the Oregon State game, but there wasn't a whole lot to talk about. We did a post game on it, so it was fine. Actually, I was going to bring up a question. You were not aware of this, maybe. Maybe you saw my notes though, so maybe you were. And I had to ask you, with all the people that are playing this season already, who redshirts now that we're going into game 5? Ooh, you were not expecting this question.
I don't know that Oregon redshirts a bunch of people.
Well, I know, but now a lot of people played 4 games, and now they're going to have to redshirt some people potentially to keep, give them another year of eligibility. I have one right off the top of my head, Cooper Perry.
Very possible.
Like
But
he's
Perry,
played.
has he played in all 4 games?
I don't know if he's played in all 4 games, but the amount of people they have played, I'm going to say that he's definitely up for the red shirt. I think he's still coming back into his own because he was away on that mission.
Yeah, I could definitely
kind of warming up.
I could definitely see Perry being a red shirt. Trying to think of who else. Obviously, you're not going to redshirt Deer Hill. I don't think.
No.
I think maybe Riggs gets redshirted.
I was kind of between Riggs and then I don't know how much eligibility Hughes has, but maybe the coaching staff has talked to Hughes to go, hey, you haven't gotten the system yet. Would you want to save a year? Maybe he's like, yeah, okay.
I don't think so. I think he's going to get used a lot going forward.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. I was very torn. I could see Riggs. Davison's not going to get redshirted. He's like the
I think he leads the country in touchdowns or is really close.
He's close. He has 6.
He's got 6. So I mean, I don't know a lot of other guys that at least running backs that have 6 total touchdowns in the first 4 games.
Yeah, I mean, Hughes was like a very 20% chance because I figured there's got to be something we're missing about this where he's not getting the playbook or he's not something. But he's too talented to not see the field here and there.
Yeah.
So it's kind of weird. He just something hasn't clicked yet, and that's why he's not getting used. Yeah, Lamar obviously is Lamar is number 2, 1A, 1B. Whittington obviously is number 1. He's going to be back this week. He was ready to go last week. They just didn't use him because he got dinged up or whatever. So he'll be back. So yeah, the receiver room is the one. That's why I immediately went Cooper Perry.
Yeah, I think Cooper Perry.
Alford's going to get redshirted in the secondary, I think.
Possibly, yeah.
He's had some blown coverages, but again, he's a true freshman, and that room is deep. So I think this would be a good redshirt year. Let him continue to grow, and get better. I don't know. There's so many guys. It's hard to pick out some individuals. Even when I came up with this question earlier to myself, I was like, "Ugh, yikes! This is a tough one." I don't know. I guess we'll see what the roster is coming Saturday when it's actually released and who we see on the field, because we're going to notice there are some guys missing. Put it that way.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll have to wait and see because, yeah, it's there's a lot of guys. All right. I don't have tabs for all this, so we're just going to have to kind of wing this, and I'll just pick it up later on. But I think we got the idea. The whole point of this show, everyone, is what everyone's been waiting to talk about. And we have been waiting for a long time also.
Yeah.
As this Saturday. Prime time.
College game day.
Oh, yeah, too. Yes. We haven't even gotten that. Number 6, Oregon goes to number 3, Penn State, who is still, depending on where you see it, I've seen -3, but we'll stick at 3.5, -3.5. Underdogs to Penn State in Happy Valley for the whiteout. This is what we were waiting on most of the season. And it is finally about to be here. And there are many aspects to this game that I don't even think we're going to touch upon every aspect because, again, it would take forever.
Yeah, I mean, I think the biggest key is the line play. How does the offensive line hold up and protect Dante Moore, who's only been sacked one time? There has been a couple of holes here and there with Isaiah World and whatnot, and people are saying that they could attack the left side with Alex Harkey. I thought he's held up pretty well so far.
You just jumped straight into this bitch without even doing the setup. I was going to go into like college game days coming to set the atmosphere for this, and you just went straight into line play. I'm like, hold on, bitch. Hold on, bitch. I got my notes over here. I got my notes.
All right.
But you are correct. I was watching a lot of that different stuff in the All 22 about Harkey and Worlds, and it will be an interesting note. But yeah, you are right. Because what did we say? We said college game day was going to go to Alabama, Georgia.
You said that. I said all along that they're going to Happy Valley.
Well, I went with that because the SEC tie. The SEC ties. And so it kind of made some sense. Now going to this game obviously makes even more sense, which just means it's going to be a longer day for me. Because now I have to watch college game day and then stay up late for the whiteout game and then do a post game after that.
You won't
thanks,
make it.
Thanks, ESPN. Dicks.
You won't make it unless you take a nap halfway through the day.
Dicks. Yeah, and so that's what you were bringing up. And that was kind of the keys of the game is O-line, D-line, because I think there are two big things that have to happen.
God damn it, son of a bitch.
Of course, you know your stalker is going to show up.
Oh, fuck. Fucking son of a bitch. Oh, this is nuts.
I think you were talking about that, and I like that because that was some of my notes when I was watching a lot of the all 22 earlier. And shout out to someone that's not new to the YouTube or anything, but Landon Tengwall, YouTube channel over there. He's a former college football player, and he's been doing Oregon breakdown videos of their gameplay and was going over how the ways Oregon can trick the teams. And there is a bunch of factors to this game. And like you said, line play. And Harkey and Worlds were pointed out for having some sloppy footwork sometimes on the tackle positions. Like they kind of get bull rushed a little too often and kind of throws off their footing. And I could agree. And I think that is something Penn State is looking at very closely. Like, how can their DNs knock those guys off their feet potentially? So that's kind of an interesting point of this gameplay.
Yeah, exactly. Protection on both lines is going to be a key. For Penn State to really have any momentum, they got to key in on their running game. And for Oregon, that means their defensive line has really got to step up. The linebackers, secondaries got to watch the underneath routes. Do you jump up into coverage? Do you jump into help your line and backers? Do you stay back? I think somebody pointed out earlier that Caleb Downs last year was playing like 7 to 10 yards off on his receiver routes that he was covering. And that seemed to work really well for Ohio State against their big opponents. Does Oregon kind of take that? Do you do you play cover two? Do you man? Do you play zone? Do you switch? How does Tosh adjust to the offensive line that Penn State has and their running backs, and then when they do any play action or RPO, how do you adjust to that? Does Penn State catch you off guard? Do they go over the top? I don't think, like last year, I don't think you can go over the top as much as you could in years past on Oregon's corners and safeties, because we're taller this year. We got bigger, speedier, more reliable corners and safeties. So that kind of helps us out on the defensive end. But you got to key in on that run. I don't think Penn State has the receiving core capabilities that Oregon does. And
no. Penn State does not. And I see Troy's question here, and let me grab it here. Let me pull over a couple things. Again, I got so many damn tabs and windows open. No, we don't have anyone like cable down, but I think what we have is a good group in the back end that complements each other.
Yeah, and they don't have that Jeremiah Smith, Decorian Moore. They don't have those type of speedsters.
No,
on Penn State's line. Their big thing is they got another big tight end.
They do
just like Warren. So you've got to your linebackers have to really watch that middle of the field. You got to watch those crossing routes and whatnot. But I believe if you can get pressure on Drew Aller, if you could force him out of the pocket and get him moving, you are in a much better position. I believe his QBR when he's pushed out of the pocket is like 35.
Oh, it's low. His QBR in general is like, I mean, it's fine, but yeah, it's not great. And under pressure is worse.
It's bad. Yeah.
And as you said, and Troy makes a great point here. That's it. Because I thought for Penn State, key for them is they've got to run the ball. They've got to use Allen and Singleton. Establish it. Take time off clock. Don't give. Now, and Franklin said in his presser, though, they were going to run hurry up. They were kind of focused on working on running hurry up plays here and there. And I think that's the kind of take Oregon out of their element. But if you take away that run, just like Troy's saying here, make Aller beat you, because when he gets pressured, usually it's not that great.
He makes a lot of mistakes under pressure.
Exactly. I think that is a huge element to this game because, as you just said, yes, they have Luke Reynolds. They're like tight end 1 now. And he's good. He's good. He's not a bad player by any means. He's good, but he's not a Warren. And then you've got Kyron Hudson, their other wide receiver, and then of course they brought in Trevor Pena, who's the leading receiver right now. But it's still nothing like overly impressive. Outside those three, the stats just drop off.
Yeah, and as we saw last year in the Big Ten title game, if Penn State's running the ball effectively, they're very dangerous.
Woof. Woof on that running stat game last year.
Yeah, they've got 2 backs that tore us up last year in the Big Ten title game. The Big Ten title game.
Yeah.
So if you, Troy, I think is dead on there. If you could control their run game and force Aller to beat you, if he beats you, you live with it. You live with it.
You made him do it though. I mean, and then he proved it. So I would be okay with that. The one thing that I had to think about when I was listening to a lot of stuff earlier too is, and they're right, is that there's 2 factors in this too. Well, I guess 3. Let's leave it at 3. Will the whiteout be a huge detriment in the sense to this Oregon team, in the sense, especially like Dante Moore? Because the most aggressive place he's ever played at as a starting quarterback, quote unquote, was at Utah when he was with UCLA. This is a whole different atmosphere for this team. And that was one of the reasons why both of us agreed that this was probably a loss on the schedule initially in the preseason. We were fine with that. We're like, okay, this is a loss. Got it. Cool. But is the whiteout going to be that big of a thing, or does Will Stein have some tricks up his sleeve?
Well, I've said all along, Oregon has been as generic offensively as you can be this year.
I disagree. I actually disagree. What Will Stein is, and when I was watching the All 22 stuff earlier, Will Stein has put almost everything he can on display to make every other defense now go, oh shit, what is coming? And the good thing is Knowles' defense, Jim Knowles for Penn State now to DC, it's his first year. Everyone says it takes about 3 years to get Jim Knowles' system down. So yeah, Jim Knowles knows how to defend him, but can his players keep up with the scheme to defend against Will Stein?
Let me think back to 4 years ago, I believe it was. Jim Knowles' defense in the horseshoe when he was the DC for Ohio State.
Was he still the DC then, or was that before he got hired?
I believe
in 2021 was he the DC? Troy, answer me.
Troy, yeah.
When Oregon beat Ohio State in the shoe, was Jim Knowles? I don't think he was the DC that year. I thought then he was still at Oklahoma State.
Maybe he was.
He came on in 2022, I believe.
Did he?
I could be wrong. I don't remember. Oh, yeah, no, yeah. That was Terry Combs.
Oh,
that was
okay.
Combs. Okay. Okay. I was like, I'm pretty sure it wasn't, but it could have been. I couldn't remember. But no, but even Knowles, when they beat Oregon in the Rose Bowl, Knowles had to downsize. They downsized the defensive playbook. or whatever, Ryan Day made him like stop doing this, and run this, and that's what pissed Jim Knowles off. Was that he couldn't run the defense basically, or he felt like he couldn't. So it's going to be interesting year one at Penn State. Can he do it? Because Jim Knowles is a good coach. Obviously, he knows what he's doing. He just has to have the right people, but he has to have the time to establish. So, I mean, but then again, we said that about. I thought Tom Allen. Well, look at Clemson. Woof. Poor Tom Allen. Man.
Poor Dabo.
I know,
Does
but
he
Tom Allen,
survive?
I know, but Tom Allen was good at Penn State. He was fine. Then he left for whatever differences and shit, and now it's gone downhill. Like, God damn.
Yeah.
So that's a good question that we brought up. You brought up a little bit. Yeah. We're getting to that, Troy. Don't you worry. I'm starting your shit. I'm starting it. We're gonna get to that here. What do you think is bigger issue? We talked about Drew Aller, put him under pressure, make him make a mistake. Because Drew Aller, when he makes a mistake, I think he tends to kind of go downhill from there. Is it that, or is it just Big James Franklin screwing up in big games? Because it has not gone well for James Franklin in these big games.
No, he. I believe that I saw the record was like
5-7 or something like that.
It was worse than that.
Oh, it was worse than that? Okay.
It was like 2-12 against top 6 opponents in his career.
I don't know if that was Franklin or that was Aller.
No, that was Franklin.
Okay, was it?
Yeah, I just saw it a little bit ago.
Oh, okay. I've looked at too much.
And I know it was pretty bad. I just know it was bad. It was very bad. And that was the point they made last year in the Big Ten title game.
And once again, you can say, oh, it was a close game. Yes, it was. But once again, they lost. So this game, the point spread has gone down. And basically, this is at this point, I'll pick them at 3.5 because that's home field advantage in a whiteout. Really, that's like home field advantage.
Right. Exactly.
And
you get 3 points for the home field and 0.5 point for the whiteout.
I don't know if the math's there exactly, but we'll let that roll. That's fine. I'm not no mathematician, so.
I think we've looked at Oregon over the years and whatnot, and they've always struggled in these kind of games. But lately, the last 4 years, the only real major blunder in this kind of a game was the Georgia game, which was the very first game of Dan Lanning's coaching career here.
I kind of tossed that one out the window because after that,
and I did too, because there
were so many adjustments made on the field,
and it was his first. It was his first ever game as a head coach
in Atlanta, in
Atlanta,
neutral site. Yeah, okay,
yeah, and then last year in the Rose Bowl, and that was just Ohio State made better adjustments.
Yeah, and you can also argue.
I believe
that first game again, the first loss to Washington at home. Maybe he made a couple questionable decisions. I think the second one in the Pac-12 title game, that was fine. Like those games happen. The first one, maybe chalk it up to a couple bad decisions in that game. Like going on for a 4th and goal a couple times and not getting points.
And like last year's Rose Bowl game, Dylan Gabriel was not 100%. And you had no Evan Stewart, was ruled out the morning of the game. So you had nobody for Dylan to go over the top to. In that first game against Ohio State at Autzen, Evan Stewart just destroyed their
Burke.
Yeah, their quarterback that went number one or went in the first round. I mean, so in that Rose Bowl game, you didn't have that. So Ohio State was able to play back and play off the receivers and just keep everything in front of them. They didn't have any worries about getting ran down and ran over.
Yeah, and this game for me, it really comes down to this game right now. It's the atmosphere. How does this team respond to the atmosphere? Because they're not even staying in College Station. They're staying like 45 minutes away, I think, to avoid noise and obstruction, so to say. They're staying like 40 minutes away from College Station. They're not even going to be there. They're out of town. And that's what I'm wondering. And the one thing I liked that I saw earlier in Dan's presser that I told you I was watching was they asked him, like, how do you deal with this? And he said, we coach to play the game, not the atmosphere. And I mean, he admitted, he's like, hey, this is going to be a challenge. But he's like, hey, just do what we do in the preparation. Don't worry about the other stuff. I think that's important. If you can tune out the noise, it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard. That's going to be quite an environment. That's the one thing that makes me nervous is the environment more than Penn State. And does this team get rattled?
I don't think so. I think this team with Dan Lanning and Tosh Lapoy and Will Stein at the helm has made differences in those kind of games. They've rose to the occasion. Wisconsin last year, extremely tough environment and jump around, and it was ugly, but they went in and they did what they had to do and they won that game. And that was the end of 9 games in a row they had played?
8. That was the 8th game in a row.
That was the 8th game in a row they had played, and they were dinged up, lots of injuries and nagging little this and that. And they still went into one of the more hostile environments in the Big Ten and beat a decent Wisconsin team last year. So
they were okay. They were okay.
They've already they've been in that hostile environment, the raucous crowd. They've been there and they've done that.
Oh, I know, but now you got Dante Moore as the starter. You've got Decorian Moore. You've got all these young secondary players. There's just a lot of things that you have to consider, and I think the atmosphere is still going to be a huge part of the game. Obviously, that's why you get home field advantage. That's why they made it a whiteout.
Yeah, they made it a whiteout because it's Oregon.
And rightfully so. I think if it wasn't, we'd be pissed. If it was big noon kickoff, we'd be like, this is crap.
Yeah.
But now it's a whiteout, so we're like, well, this is still crap. Can't win.
No. Like Dan said, they made it a whiteout because it's Oregon.
Probably. Yeah. In all fairness, I mean, hey, Penn State wants their revenge. They want revenge. So we had some other things to get to. I got Troy's comment here. Well, yes, whiteouts are definitely made for big games. Of course. We don't know what Oregon's uniforms are going to be yet.
No, they'll come out tomorrow.
I think they'll just be more traditional.
I don't know, man.
Well, they did they did the all black, almost like kind of black and the white helmet this last week. So I don't think they wouldn't go in as like full black. But there is another tweet we'll get to a tweet that showed maybe what they might be thinking of wearing. But I don't know in a whiteout if it would make sense to do it. But they might be saving the blackout night for USC later in the season. So we're gonna see. I got that tweet. Relax. I didn't forget about it. So yeah, we had some other stuff to get to. And we're already 45 minutes in this bitch.
Let's go to the tweet.
Well, no. So we don't forget. Because I swear to God, if we do another week and we forget, I am going to lose my mind.
No, it's too early in the show.
No. Okay.
Not yet.
We're moving on then. Spaz, you asked for it. You get it. I don't give it. That didn't even make any sense, but here you go. Roll the weekly tweets. Let me find them here because I have so many tabs open. Oh boy, there have been so much news around the week going about people having weddings. People, stop having weddings in the fall. If you're missing this week of college football, you are not a college football fan. I'm sorry. These are some good games coming up. TCU, Arizona State, Notre Dame, Nebraska, or Arkansas, South Carolina,
A&M, Auburn.
Oh, LSU, Ole Miss, of course. Ohio State, Washington. Yes.
Illinois, Indiana, or Illinois,
USC.
USC.
I know. Yes. I almost said South Carolina. I was like, that's not right.
Tennessee and Mississippi State.
Oh, Mississippi
State still undefeated.
Yeah, can we see? Oh, Mississippi State wins. Oh.
That would give Tennessee 2 conference losses.
Oh, this is a good week of college football right here.
This is a great week of college football. There's a lot of good games.
This is what people have been waiting for. Exactly what we've been waiting for. These types of games.
And why the hell do they have to put Georgia, Alabama at the same time as Oregon, Penn State? I do not understand.
Because someone sucks a dick at the network. Looking at you, ABC.
You could have put them at the 1:00 game or something.
Yeah, like the 3:30 Eastern. Yeah. But then again, then we'd be bitching because it's Ohio State, Washington too.
Right? Yeah.
And Washington's looking pretty good. Washington's looking pretty good. I will say that. I'm not going to be a hater here. Washington's looking. Good.
And I saw the tweet too late, but there's a big rumor heading into that Washington Ohio State game. Do you know what that is?
No. Is it juicy?
It's juicy.
Ooh. Oh, well, if it's Jed Fish to Florida, yeah, we already know
that. Florida staff is going to be at that game.
Oh. I mean, hopefully they're just saying it's for scouting recruits, but
yeah,
they're scouting players maybe to.
Yeah. Who do we want to take with Jed?
I swear to God, if this happens and Jed goes to Florida and he takes half his roster, I'll be like, dude, people stop hiring him because he's gone after 2 years. Everywhere he goes, 2 to 3 years, he's gone. Stop it. Just stop. All right. Yeah, it's a great week of football. Now, some of these are very quick. We don't have to go over them too much, but we have a lot of them. You sent me some. I pulled them up. This one I had no words for. From the Digital Dam. Oh, why did that not work? I showed window, not screen. Why? Hold on, I got to represent this. That's not the button. There we go. Got it. Sure. Stop sharing screen. Yeah, it's supposed to change my tab when I do that. That's weird. Oh, window. There we go. That's why. Got it. I fixed it. We're good. From the Digital Dam, our favorite Beaver fan. That didn't go so well. What in the fuck is this? What in the absolute hell is this?
I believe it's supposed to be the platypus, but
No, that's a beaver. That is Gavin Newsom. That is Jimmy Kimmel, and that is Mandami, New York mayoral
yeah, I don't know.
guy, Canada. I was like, what in the absolute hell is this? The fact that he potentially made this is alarming. Absolutely alarming. Okay, like I said, we're not going to spend much time on some of these, but they were it was just shocking. Yep, Barstool Big 12. They've seen enough. OSU to the Pac-12.
That would be hilarious.
It's like, damn, when you're on Barstool coverage, it's like, nah, get out.
We want the real OSU in the Pac-12.
Well, and also maybe this is true. This is true. This is from Beavers. Maybe Mike Gundy just needs a different OSU. maybe I think he'd actually fit in pretty good in Corvallis. Actually, I think he'd be okay in Corvallis. I think. I thought that was funny. That was before. This is before he got fired too. This is like 3 days ago. They were on to something there. This one's really stupid, but hey, I wanted to pull it up. The Ducks in the whiteout in Beaver Stadium.
Yeah.
Really stupid, but I wanted to pull it up. I bookmarked it, so I was going to use it. Damn it. Yours are up here. Yours are up here. Relax. Oh, yeah. Nick Saban is not coming out of retirement to coach Oklahoma State. Calm the hell down, people.
Anything's possible.
Anything's possible. Oklahoma State?
Didn't he coach at Oklahoma State at one point?
No, Michigan State.
Michigan State.
And LSU.
Okay.
And the Dolphins. I mean, yeah, maybe he had some part somewhere as like a GA or something. I don't know that far back, but if it did, it was way back in the day. Why would you? It's not happening. Get over yourself, Oklahoma State. It's not happening. As Troy said, you're more likely to get Jim Knowles. That's actually a not a bad take. Jim Knowles was the DC there. He knows the area. You know. Don't worry, I got your other talking points, Spaz. We can get into that in a second. We got to finish the tweets. Don't let me forget. We got a few other points here to make. Yours.
Yeah. This is the great one here.
What the fuck is that? Is that Cheez-Its?
It's Cheez-Its.
Oh, okay. I didn't even notice what that was. I was like, what the hell is that? I was like, oh, it is Cheez-Its.
Yes.
I love Cheez-Its. Especially the Tabasco Cheez-Its. Oh, don't get me started.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, God. They're not called Tabasco Cheez-Its anymore. Now they're just called spicy Cheez-Its or whatever. They can't say Tabasco anymore or something. Due to, I don't know, something. There we go. A hint at the uniform this weekend? Oh. Is that a mummy duck? That's a mummy duck.
It's a mummy duck. It's a glow-in-the-dark mummy duck.
Oh, someone asked Dan during the presser earlier. He said, "Is the glow in the dark cleats going to give you an advantage?" He's like, "I don't know. I can't say." So it could be. Oh, please tell me the uniforms glow in the dark.
That would be dope.
That would be.
And Penn State has a thing of turning the lights out, and then those uniforms glowing with those sneakers as the lights are flickering. Yeah.
That's why I'm wondering if this is going to be a. Because Penn State will be in, I guess their traditional colors, obviously white and blue, even though it's a whiteout. Would Oregon dare go in there and fucking stormtrooper all whites? Would they dare?
I think you'd be in the risk of throwing the ball to the wrong guy.
I think so too, even though Penn State will have blue top or whatever on, but I think so too. I think it would be too much. That's why I was like, what I'm very curious to what the uniform will be this week when you got this coming out. You saw the behind the scenes how they did this, right? That video?
Yeah, it was pretty epic.
The guy with the blue, he's like, 2 pairs of shoes, a beach, and a leaf blower. Just a bunch of editing. I love it. It's gonna be so nice. What we got? Oh yeah, that's right. Live from the SEC earlier. Georgia's official annual opponents for the next 4 years. Can they manage to compete the NCC with the new scheduling format? All they have to do is avoid breaking the speed limit, not driving drunk, and avoid the police. Can Georgia players do it? I don't know. We'll see.
It could be interesting.
We're gonna see. I think this was one of yours. Oh yeah, this was one of yours.
Yeah, the Drew Aller QBR rating.
Yikes! I don't even know how that's possible.
It's not pretty.
Is that even statistically possible? I mean, I read it already, and I'm just like rereading. I'm going. I don't know if that's actually legitimately correct or not. I'm not going to stand on that, but it's a bad stat. It's a bad stat. Poor Aller, man. Poor Aller. All right, let's see what we got. I think this is you too. Oh, no. This is me. Shout out Depressed CJ. Oh, come on,
Yikes.
Spaz.
What?
You think Oregon's scared of a bunch of white people? You should see Portland.
No. Yeah. I live here.
It was funny to me. All right. I found it humorous. Sue me. All right. Jesus. Being so overly sensitive, people. God damn. All right. That ends our weekly tweet segment. Congratulations.
All right. And before we get to our final segment, we've got one last segment to hit.
Oh, are we? Oh, yep. There we go. I was going to change it to banner, but yeah, because Troy brought that up about Knowles. And isn't Will Stein a potential replacement everywhere at this point?
Well, I mean, he is from the South. He did coach at UT San Antonio.
That's
which
true.
is not too far.
Regional familiarity.
Regional familiarity. All that stuff. I believe he'd be a better fit there than he would at, like, say, UCLA.
Yes, I think that he would be a much better fit at Oklahoma State than. That's why we said Virginia Tech. Also,
Could you imagine Will Stein going to Oklahoma State and his first game is against Dan Lanning?
I think it'd be his second game, but that also
yeah.
could keep that could keep him from going there. Be like, yeah, screw that. Kidding me?
Right?
That could stop him from doing it too. That's a good point.
I mean, and we also have, like Troy was saying, Jim Knowles.
See, Knowles, I definitely see as someone that would be a good fit. One, he's been in Oklahoma State. He knows the region. He's obviously well established. And I think if someone were to offer him that position, he would take it. Hands down.
I would say so as well.
Yes, it was, Troy, and it was humiliating. Yes, it was. That was my first live post game for Oregon.
I don't know how much longer we're going to be.
That was bad. Tell Mrs. Spaz we're going to be as long as we want to be.
I could probably go.
Tell Mrs. Spaz we're going to be as long as we want to be because men will do what men do, and we want to talk about college football.
Go ahead.
Did you just give your wife permission to leave the house?
No, I gave her permission to smoke the last cigarette.
Oh. What a pussy.
Yes. Lanning's first game was Georgia.
Yes, it was. It was brutal. Will Stein is at the top, not the top, but he's definitely in the top 4 to 5 candidates for basically any coaching hire.
Yeah, I would say most definitely
4 to 5 at least. He doesn't have head coaching experience, but now third year of being the OC. Potentially, if everything goes well, maybe a third straight different quarterback at the Heisman ceremony, potentially, or leading the nation completion percentage. Yeah, he's going to be on everyone's top tier list for a coaching vacancy. I think that's easy. If he's not, that program doesn't want to win.
Yeah.
Like, you got to talk to him at least. I don't think I don't know.
I think Oregon would match though, or at least attempt to.
I think so. That's what I said. I think that because he's a first-year coach too, so I don't know what they're going to offer it. But I think Oregon will bump his pay up.
But I also think they're grooming Samples to take over if Stein does go elsewhere.
Potentially, but I think Samples could use one more year behind the scenes a little bit, maybe. I don't know how involved he is directly with offensive game planning in the sense of like that. So I think he could use in a year. So I mean, if you had to bump Stein up 200,000 or 300,000 extra a year, I think Oregon would divvy that up to keep him.
Yeah,
hold on to him for another year. Because a lot of these programs, again, these are programs that are in like dumpster fire situations. Like absolute train wrecks. And he has no connection to any of these programs, does he?
No.
So
and
this isn't Dillingham taking over ASU where that's his alma mater, or anything like that.
Hey,
he
Troy,
has no connection.
How about this? No Urban to Oklahoma State. How about Urban reunites and goes back to Florida to rebuild what he once was mighty?
So in 3 years he can have migraines again?
Wouldn't that? Yeah. Wouldn't that be interesting?
No, I think Urban's been.
I don't think Urban. I think he's happy on Fox
and visiting a strip club once in a while.
Yeah,
I think Urban's been out now long enough where it's like, yeah, he's not going back. Like, I think he's done. It's like Peterson. Peterson's been out of coaching long enough now to reset, and he's like, I'm happy.
I don't want to deal with that. Yeah.
Yes. Let me see here. What else did we have? Oh, you tried to avoid it, you big bitch.
No, I just said we got one more segment, and then.
Oh, sorry, wrong banner. Wrong banner. My apologies. Score predictions, because we've got a big one this weekend, and I will take the win for last week because Derek doesn't count. He's not a real person. So I will take the win barely on last week. I'll take that one. So now we're it's 3-1. I'll take that win. Thank you very much.
Oh shit!
And I was way off. Still, I'll take it. Spaz, do you want to go first, or do you want me to go first, or what do you want to do? What do we got? What do we got for the score prediction?
I'll let you go first.
All right. Well, everyone in the chat, let us know your score predictions too, because again, number 6 at number 3, Oregon versus Penn State. Penn State favored by 3.5 in the whiteout this Saturday. Well, we talked about it before the season. We both kind of just chalked this up as a loss. We were kind of like okay, this could be a loss, no problem. Understandable. I have felt much better about it now this season's gone on, and I've seen Penn State fans become more nervous going into this game now. That gives me a good that gives me a good feeling. That has raised maybe overly confident in this game. Would I love to see Oregon blow Penn State out of the fucking water? Of course I would. Is that going to happen? No, I'm sure it's not. So, but with the built-up confidence that we've been able to muster, I am going to go Oregon 31, Penn State 27. Now you got to change your score predictions, Bass. I know I took yours.
What'd you do? I was looking at something.
I know you were. Oregon 31, Penn State 27.
31-27.
I would love to see them blow them out of the water, but I just don't think that's going to happen. Not in that environment on the road like that, no. But offensively, I feel like that Penn State will not keep up. Penn State hasn't been tested. Neither is Oregon to a degree, so this is going to be kind of an interesting matchup. That's why it's tough. Ooh, it's a good one, Troy. See, that's a good one. Yeah, that's a good one.
That's a good one.
That is a good one. I if we lost by 3 late in the fourth, I would be okay with that. If we did, I would be totally fine with that. That's why this is a real toss-up game now. To me, it's very ooh. Spaz has to think about this. He hasn't even thought about it.
So early in the week.
I know. It is tough. Spit it out, old man. We ain't got all night.
27-24 Oregon.
27-24. Right?
Yep.
Okay. 27-24. Let me make sure I put Oregon behind both of these so I make sure we can't change that we said Penn State. It's on recording, but so just to make my life easier. So we're both in agreement. It is about a 3 to 4 point game. I would love to see a team Oregon blow them out, but that's not going to happen. And if we lose by 3 or 4 late in the game, so be it.
Yeah.
No one's going to penalize you that much for being on the road in a wideout and losing by 3 or 4 points in the fourth quarter. You're not going to get penalized.
No.
Nor will that change your potential for a rematch in the Big Ten title game or still be in the running for the Big Ten title. So,
And I tell you what, if Oregon wins this game, the question's going to be, can they do it back to back?
ooh,
Can they go undefeated back to back in their first 2 years in the Big Ten?
the one good thing that I will say about that is that following this, there will be a bye week because then we get to host Indiana, who just beat the absolute loving hell
Dog shit
out of Illinois. And I picked Illinois to win that game. I was like, nah, Illinois will take this. And they just got their asses stomped into the ground by Indiana. So thankfully, we play that game at home after a bye week.
Yeah. And you know, that's going to be what, this is week 5 technically?
Yeah, so that'll be 7.
Week 7.
God, half the season's almost over.
Could Evan Stewart be back for the Indiana game?
Ooh,
Nobody's
maybe.
talked about that because he was 6 to 8 weeks, and that was a couple weeks before the season started.
That is true. Yeah, no one's really talked about it because there have been Benson has come on so freaking strong, and Gary Bryant's a good. Of course, Decorin Moore. You've still got McClellan. You've got obviously Sadiq. Everyone we all kind of forgot about Evan Stewart. That's a good point. Evan Stewart could come back potentially. Ooh. Woof.
Yeah, I mean, it's good. It's interesting.
Who the fuck is CJ Gardner?
Wow.
Why does that sound familiar? CJ Gardner.
CJ Gardner Johnson, he played at Penn State.
Oh, okay. I was
And
like, that name sounds familiar.
Went to the Eagles, and then they traded him to Houston, and Houston cut him a couple of days ago.
Oh, okay. I was like, that name sounds familiar. I just could not place it. I just randomly, while we're talking about all these other people, I was just kind of came up. I was like, CJ Gardner. Like, who is that? This is what happens when you've been looking at all these names and stats all day long in the afternoon. Your mind's set on one thing, so something else gets thrown at you, and you're like, who? Killing me. So that's good. That's good prediction. 35-31 though. That's a good. 3-4 point game. Yeah, respectable game. Well, Spaz, is there anything else? We had some other tabs here. Is there anything else you wanted to talk about?
I think we pretty much covered it.
All right, I love it. I love you for that too. And you gotta ship your wife out to get smokes.
No, my ass is gonna walk.
Oh, boo!
It's all good. Gets me to work off that dinner.
Mine finally settled. Holy shit! I just told you about that medical thing earlier. I was already dead, and then we did steak dinner, and I'm like, miserable. Well, then, all right, everyone. Once again, I appreciate everyone coming in here and joining us as we discuss this Penn State whiteout game. Again, please do consider doing us a favor real quick on your way out. Hit that like. Consider hitting that subscribe button. It's free. It doesn't hurt you. But it helps us out a lot, and we appreciate it as we're here all the time. And we will be coming at you, Spaz. What time is it?
Late night.
That is right.
Post-game show.
8 p.m. Pacific time. Should be correct. About,
yeah.
which is 10 p.m. my time. We will figure out the after dark situation because I don't know if we're doing the after dark that night. Or that's going to be one hell of a late after dark.
You'll be so drunk by then. I mean,
We'll be lucky if we do the post game.
right?
So we may do the after dark. Maybe we'll have to do like a brunch period again. Or early afternoon on Sunday, like we did this last week on Monday.
I'm okay with that.
Or we'll do a earlier Sunday night show, and I'll just skip my other show. We'll figure it out. We'll make it work. But it's gonna be a late post game. But do check us out here for the post game following the Penn State game, right here on the Quacking channel.
Yeah.
And as for
who knows? If we're drunk enough, we may just roll right into the after dark.
Maybe, yeah. We'll see. We'll see how we're feeling after the game. Let's put it that way. I guess the game will dictate how we feel.
Right?
If we lose horribly, no after dark. If we win or just lose barely, maybe after dark. We'll see. All right. And Spaz, thank you very much. Everyone in the chat, thank you very much. And as always, it's never a bad time of the year for, what is it, Spaz?
Fuck the Huskies.
God damn right. Fuck Washington.